Nothing we say is investment advice. Please pause on all 3 pages of this disclaimer and read it.
Good morning, everybody. It is Cowboy, and it is what 10:21, October 21st, 8:30 a.m. EST, and looking like we might have an opportunity coming up on the EURUSD, right? So before we get into that, go ahead, get your free algo. Link is in the description. All right, go get that. It's free. It's great algo. You get to see me build an algo on a video. You get to see me turn it into code using Grok AI, which you could do with ChatGPT or you name it. You get to see me show you tools that people use to connect that to your broker so that it could trade for you. Now, the code is not optimized, so you're going to have to do some work on it before it is profitable. So don't just go connect it and trade it. It's just there for you to learn. All right, great. So the EUR, looking for a possible nice long opportunity on this, right? Price is headed down, and it's headed down into a pretty strong support, as you can see on the screen. And the price at that support is about $1.15.4, and that's in USD, US dollars. And so as price approaches that, what it's going to probably want to do is bounce. Now, it may break through there. It may not bounce. This is not a guaranteed opportunity. But as price heads down, it's probably going to do something like this, and it may bounce right here, right? Might be a nice trade. As a matter of fact, if I were to build this trade, I probably would wait until the price action made it down there. But we can have a basic idea of how this trade might go by using our Fibonacci tool, provided that price went all the way down to the bottom of this blue box, which is a support. It's a structural box. By the way, I'm doing a structure video, so stand by for that. I'm going to put that video out as soon as I can edit it. I've already recorded it. It's a lot of work. That said, as this happens, there is a decent chance that this is going to do one of two things. It may come back up to this 382 fib level. So let me zoom in a little bit and explain how Fibonacci works. Well, really, nobody knows why it works, but Fibonacci seems to work. It might be a self-fulfilling prophecy. It may be that everybody's looking at Fibonacci and therefore they use those levels. It's also very ethereal. When you look throughout the universe, you see Fibonacci numbers in nature. So it could just be something magical. Whatever the case may be, price tends to go back to certain numbers. Now, it could go to this 382, which that price is about 116.12, right? Or it could go infinitely different places, but likely it may go to the 116.56, right? And then head down. So it could go to either of these on the balance of probabilities. Now, it could go farther, it could do a lot of things, but this is a great place to look using whatever skills you may have as a trader to enter another short, provided that everything lines up for you, provided that all of your rules that you built say to take a trade, and you could really find yourself in a beautiful trade if you were able to lock this in the right way, right? Generously like this is probably a 2 to 3 to 1. A little tighter might get you like a 4 to 1. You never know. So just a little opportunity here, but I'm not quite ready to pull the trigger on that yet. I need to see what price does as it approaches this level, but just letting you know, my eye will be on that. I'm sure a lot of people want to take a look at Bitcoin right now. I know it's the talk of the town. So Bitcoin itself, right, it's sitting at a support, and it bounced off that support twice. Now, I am seeing some things in the charts that make me wonder if price can hold up, meaning can it stay above what it is an important number for me, at least in my calculation, is about $98,000. To be specific, this yellow line, 97,750. This is an important support here. Let's go ahead and hone in on that. Might be a little bit higher of a number. Yeah, we'll stick with that. We'll stick with that number. I like that number. About 97,750-ish, right? It doesn't have to be precise, but that is a place on the way up where price took a break, and it's bounced a couple of times at about 102,000-ish. Now, this is a double bottom, and we did get some indication price might continue up, and it did after it bounced off of this magenta colored box, but it appears as if the move up might be complete. Let's take a brief look at the algos and see if we can get some clues. As of right now, the high time frame does look a bit bearish, but we could get a little bit more of a bounce. And really, only price action in time will tell, right? So a couple things could happen here. There really are ultimately only three things that can happen. Price could go up, down, or sideways. Those are the only three options to keep it really simple. But we're going to see a possible range develop that could happen, which means price might stabilize and then go and find a new level, right? Where price is comfortable. And then, of course, whatever happens after that happens after that. We got a good morning from MTNG. Good morning. Good to have you on. If you have any questions about charts, if you want to see a chart, just ask in the comments. So for the moment, just looking at the algos, I think a decent move. I mean, we're talking kind of for the rest of today, perhaps, might be just a grind upwards. We're going to see if it can do that. It may not have the juice, but price might revisit possibly this top right here. It's a little bit of a double top that we saw at about 111,000. Now, it may not make it all the way up there. It might break down from there. We don't know that it can make it past that. We don't know that it will get to that, but the downside, meaning not the downside emotionally or whatever, but the local bottom, if you will, the very close by one is at this top of this magenta box. And then there's another support down at 103,000. So if price does start to head down, the areas I would be watching are going to be 106 and 103. And if price makes its way down for whatever reason, whether it bounces off this or not, then I might look for a quick long right here if I were trading. Or if it gets any deeper, same kind of story, right? Any of these levels are great for trading, provided that the market shows you what it's going to do. But it is in a bit of limbo. The high time frame does not look that great for Bitcoin. I'm going to be honest with you. The very high time frame is almost always bullish, but the time frames that really affect us as far as our midterm outlook, how it might go over the next month or two, those are looking neutral at best. And then how things, how things look at for the next week or two actually don't look really great. So it's going to take a lot of effort from the bulls to keep price above $100,000, right? That's just what it's going to take. And it can happen. It could be that the bulls step in and buy. It could be that we see some announcement from Trump where, oh, there's not going to be any tariffs. And all of a sudden, all money flows right back in assets. Happens all the time with Trump. But what I'm seeing right now is a bit of a concern. If you look at, now I don't trade trend lines, folks, so don't get too wrapped up in this, but I'm seeing lower highs, right? And I'm seeing basically the same bottom, more or less. It's not exact, but it's kind of like it's bouncing off the same level on the bottom, right? So the bulls are defending this 103-ish thousand area, but the bears keep gaining ground. Where you're seeing this lower high here, lower high here. So if price cannot break above this trend line in a significant way, and just as importantly, if it cannot make it above this 111,000 high very soon, then there's a really good chance we might see price break down a bit. Now, we are in the midst of, it's either the end of the bull market or it's going to be the beginning of the next leg up, and we don't know which that's going to be at this point. So, hey man, you got to do what you got to do, right? I think that's what we have time for today. Yeah, we're pretty much here at the end of the live lab. I don't see any requests in the comments section. We looked at EURUSD and Bitcoin. The metals are calming down a little bit. We're seeing a little bit of a pullback. I don't know that these pullbacks in metals are really going to last. And we'll probably talk more about that in the private live lab, right? So if you want to see that, be a part of it, come on over to algofactory.tech. If you do the free algo thing, the link is right there in the description. God, I'm trying to point here. I can't see. There it is right there. The free algo is right there. Go check that out. And that is going to get you on our mailing list. And we will be able to, just kind of send you, hey, we're going to do this event. We're going to do that event. We have been having live trading events in lieu of the, I was going to do like a webinar. And the live trading seems to be a bit more useful. We'll see. But long story short, we have been doing a lot. Our guys have been trading. I've been trading. So either way, go ahead, get the free algo. We'll send you stuff. And we are here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8:30 a.m. EST sharp. So come check us out. AlgoFactory.tech. We love you. Never, ever forget.
Join us or die.
Just kidding. You're not going to die. We love you.